Okay, I'm recording now.
Ah. Well, you may be wondering, why are we dressed so dapper? Why do we look pristine? Why can't I open a pack of fucking Oreos?
That is the question.
Child's play. I don't
Here-
know why we're dressed fancy.
So here for the pivotal episode of the Matt and Ryan Show, we're here to discuss the age-old debate.
Ancient Mayan civilizations have debated this big topic. This is serious. This is why we've dressed like this. Like, this is a discussion of the ages. Who will win? Godzilla or Big Monkey?
Big Monkey or Godzilla? Now, everyone's talking about this. There have been many arguments made. I want to know what side you stand on.
First off, I just want to say something about. Well, I'm sure we'll talk about the trailer, right, for Godzilla versus Kong. But there's just one thing I wanted to say. To have the balls to put out a trailer in 2021 in which a big black monkey, is being transported on a boat in chains, I think is quite brave and stupid.
The absolute bollocks on these lot.
Like, the fact that, like, they could have come up with another solution for that. I'm sure it doesn't have to be chains.
Couldn't they have, like, airlifted him or something, you know?
Well, yeah, because in the other one, Godzilla 2, they've got this massive, like, fucking... the Avengers heli-carrier thing.
Yeah.
They could have just carried him in that.
Like, these are incredibly advanced humans. Why would they still be needing chains?
Yeah, and then there's a bit later on in this trailer where Monkey looks down into the water, and he has like a thing around his neck that's got, like, I don't know, little things in it, so maybe it knocks him out of gas or something. That's fine, but why does he need chains? And he's not even he's like hanging off the boat.
I don't know. There's a lot to decipher in this trailer that simply doesn't make sense. But I mean,
Okay, so sorry, you did ask who I thought. Now, do we mean in terms of the film itself? Because I think we both agree the same thing about the film. One of them will win, but then they'll have to join forces.
yes, yeah, that's exactly.
But is
what's
this a
gonna
real
happen.
context?
Well, okay, if it was simply a fight between King Kong and Godzilla, who do you think would win? And as they are in the movie, not like, I don't know.
Well, here's the thing: King Kong he is just a big monkey, and I know people out there are like, yes, but he likes banana. It doesn't matter if he likes banana.
He does like banana.
doesn't-
That's
Yeah, well, yeah. We don't know if he likes bananas. To be fair, we haven't seen him eat anything.
that may be true, but
Unless
he
there's
is a
giant
monkey.
Kong-sized bananas.
Of course, there's Kong-sized bananas. How do you think he's surviving on Skull Island?
Well, this is my question anyway. I wanted to ask this because in Skull Island, he's taller than any of the forests, taller than the mountains. Where does he sleep? Where does he live?
He just hangs out.
Yeah, but it's like a toddler walking across like a Playmobil city set.
Yeah.
But that toddler lives there. Where does the toddler go? Nothing's
No.
built for you.
He just hangs out. I mean, the big monkeys have lived there since prehistoric ages. There must be, like, some natural resource that they use to eat, somewhere that they go to sleep and hang out. We saw in, like, the Peter Jackson version, for example, he has, like, his little caved out bit by the temples and that, where he lives.
See, that made sense though, because like everything was big. It was like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Everything was massive to like Peter Jackson's characters. Whereas this is just like he's a big monkey who's wandered onto the. Anyway,
Yes.
doesn't matter. Semantics. Who would win? Godzilla would win. Godzilla. This is a problem anyway with all the films because if all these humans are in these fucking movies, if any humans were within 30 miles of Godzilla, they're dead. They have cancer. Like they are like ultimate Super Saiyan
You're
cancer.
you're forgetting King Kong has regenerative abilities.
So does Godzilla.
Yes, but we haven't really seen this in the movies. We've seen King Kong and his abilities. I think King Kong would win. I agree it's close, okay? But think about the logistics of a fight between these two. We've seen from the trailer, King Kong not only has the ability to deflect his radioactive blasts, his atomic breath, he's smart enough to deflect it with a goddamn spear made out of his hide, okay?
The one thing I do think that King Kong would have a really good chance if he can get close. I do think when he gets close, I mean, he's got hands.
He's got hands. He's got hands for feet.
Exactly.
Okay.
He can just break Godzilla's neck. But then Godzilla is like, again, he's just a pure mass of radiation. He's just pure
Yes,
radioactive
but
waste.
we don't know what effect radiation has on King Kong. Because for all we know, King Kong was born like this whole crew, this motley crew of giant monsters was born through radioactive activity.
All right, I might have a cop-out answer. Well, not an answer, but a little thing to add. Right, so King Kong would obliterate Godzilla's face if he gets close. But also, and I don't know if this is allowed, this might be ruled as out of the rules.
Yeah, this could be a foul or
This could be a big foul. I might lose points here. But
okay.
Godzilla, after the events of the last film, all the other massive titanic monsters that appeared during that film bow down to Godzilla. And he could just call for their assistance and they would all destroy Kong. Not one by one, but like ganged up, Kong wouldn't stand a chance.
Well, while that may be true, this isn't King Kong versus all the monsters. This is King Kong versus Godzilla, okay? Now, we've got to remember the maneuverability of King Kong. He's a primate. He's basically a giant silverback gorilla. A silverback gorilla can lift nearly 5 times its body weight. Think about how heavy King Kong must be in Godzilla vs. King Kong.
Well, that is true. They had to give him a bit of a glow up as well, because in Skull Island he was nowhere near as big enough.
He was like 80 feet tall in Skull Island. He's like nearly 400 feet in this.
Yeah.
But
I guess they kind of, luckily they wrote themselves out of that because it was set in like, what, the 70s? So he's growing.
yeah, well, yeah, they said in Skull Island that he was only like an adolescent at that point. Like he had like a lot of growing to do. So
I see. The thing is though, Kong. I imagine Kong would be the cocky kind of. He just goes full attack, whereas Godzilla is like millions of years old. Kong isn't. So Godzilla's had all these fights with like Rodan, all these ancient creatures, an alien for fuck's sake. I feel like he would find a workaround. Like if he goes thermonuclear, Kong would die. But I don't think that's possible without human intervention.
well, if he goes thermonuclear, he'll kill every single human in the movie, and obviously the writers can't allow that.
Why not though? Like they don't need star billing because they've already got 2 of the biggest stars on the planet, Godzilla and Kong.
That is true.
Fuck
The 2
Millie
biggest
Bobby Brown.
movie stars.
They're on the red. I can't wait to see them turn up at the red carpet.
It is weird to me that Millie Bobby Brown is the only like star in this movie. Like, there's no other like really significant actors in this, is there?
There's Kyle Chandler's in it, and I said before he is so like, he's in every movie, and you'll forget him every time. He was like the dad in Super 8. He's been in loads of shit, but he was in the last one, and he's Millie Bobby Brown's dad. But he is just the typical he's like the viewer's archetype, like view into this world. We don't need him. Don't need him. Don't need any of these
He's
fucking
boring.
people. I don't know. Like, do you wait? Here's another question. Do you think the film will be good?
I th- I think the film will be incredibly entertaining, in the same way that a movie like The Meg or
Yeah.
like San Andreas or something like that is entertaining. Like it's just a big thing to watch.
I do think the problem with a lot of these Hollywood films now that are like this, they're almost always scared to go too far. Like The Meg, I remember rewatching that a little while ago. It was just on TV in the background, and I was like, it's actually an incredibly boring film, and only 2 times does anything really happen. On a little boat, and then right at the end, nothing happens. They could have gone full, like, you know,
They could have
they
gone
could have
nuts
jumped
to
the
the
shark,
wall.
literally, but they didn't. Same with like Jurassic Park. Like the new ones didn't do fuck all. Like they didn't take that risk. Whereas this, they literally can just fucking just go balls to the wall. It doesn't matter because I feel like from the rumors, this film was supposed to come out really early last year,
Yeah.
and King of the Monsters only came out 2019. So I think I don't think King of the Monsters did that well in the cinema, but they had already been filming this one, so this was coming out no matter what.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not like they had nothing to lose. So just make it as dumb as you can.
Well, I imagine because obviously this has been in post production the entirety of like coronavirus. It's been, I like to imagine it's been kind of a labour of love from a lot of like at least the SFX visual effects or whatever team working on it, because they're like, I've got nothing to do. I'm just sat at home. We've got a year to do this. Let's just make it as fucking crazy as possible. I like to imagine that's the case. Not that it will be, but
Like we were talking in private yesterday about how in the trailer they seemingly give off Mechagodzilla, which if it's a red herring, I actually think that would be kind of gay, because I think that's like the best thing they could do to just really make this one of the most hilarious sequels ever made.
maybe what if it is like a red herring, but Mechagodzilla is actually in like the first act of the movie. They defeat that, and then something even crazier comes along.
That would be kind of cool.
That would be awesome. Like I've seen a lot of people saying though that from the trailer, a lot of the scenes where we see King Kong fighting Godzilla, that's not actually Godzilla. It's Mechagodzilla.
Yeah, I did see that where it was like they've cut it very smartly.
Yeah.
And then like the bit where on the boat his tail goes under the water, but it looks robotic. It doesn't look right. But
That'd be interesting.
it would be interesting, but I've seen really dumb stuff. But from people who are so nerdy about this that like this is what they want to happen. They were like, wait a minute, what if it's Mechagodzilla camouflaging as normal Godzilla, and that's why they're fighting? It's not actually Godzilla. Godzilla's nowhere to be seen until he comes out right at the end of the film. Don't tell me this big metal dragon Godzilla made by some one young, like, 25-year-old Japanese student builds this thing that can camouflage as the real Godzilla, and that's what's happening.
I mean,
I just don't want it.
it's incredibly impressive for Mechagodzilla to look like that, but
Yeah, and they're going to have to make the Mechagodzilla move, like, super... I wish they just got a man in a suit.
that'd be pretty cool.
Just make it like Pacific Rim.
I hope that there'll be a scene or something where there's people watching, like, you know, on a big like screen in something like Times Square or something, the fight, and it just looks ridiculous. Like there's people, it's people in
like
suits
the 50s
fighting.
version.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That would be fucking great. That's like there were some little bits of that in like the first Godzilla film, not much, but like they added all the musical cues from some of the original stuff, like that was kind of cool. And then like on the background, yeah, there was like later on in the film, there was people talking about like there was like a bit in the news thing that was like artist rendition, and it was just one of the Toho like men in suits like fighting each other,
Yeah.
which is quite funny. Yeah, I think they should do that. But the worst thing they can do with this is make it too serious. But I think you're right. Godzilla is going to get the upper hand a few times, but then Kong is going to like beat him down, and then Godzilla's going to go, Mothra.
Sounds like
And
Nicolas
Kong's
Cage.
like, why did you say that name?
Yeah.
Save Mothra.
How did you know it?
How do you know that name?
That's
Save
my
banana.
mother's name. That's my favorite banana's name.
Also, I don't know if any of they've got to like include all the other monsters that were just left to roam the planet in the last one. Because,
I don't think they will. Not
No,
until the
I feel
very
like
end of the
they'll
movie.
have Mechagodzilla kill them off, but
That'd actually be kind of interesting.
this is the problem with these films, though. This is the fourth in a franchise that no one really cares about until this trailer came.
Well, the thing is, most people don't even realise it's a franchise. They don't even realise these movies are connected.
No. I want you at some point. Can you just show Mum this trailer, or show Ellie this trailer, and just say, "Oh, have you seen,
It's
the trailer for Godzilla vs
Yeah.
Kong?"
It's funny. I was talking to Mum last night, and I had mentioned like if I asked if she'd seen the trailer for it, and she's like, "No, that's stupid." I'm like, "Well, who do you think will win?" And as we started talking about it, she was like, kind of got invested in it. Like, "Oh well, maybe." Maybe like King Kong will get the upper hand. I was like, "See, you're thinking about it. Maybe it's secretly a genius movie."
It actually might be. It's gonna have like all these like deconstructions of man and the animal kingdom.
Because I think you can actually. What's cool is that you can ask someone who's not into movies or into monsters at all, and they can kind of have an opinion on it. Because you're like, sure, Godzilla has like the raw, like atomic brute strength, but King Kong, he's more maneuverable. He's a bit smarter.
See,
it's
I
interesting.
don't know about the smart thing though.
Yes, he is smarter.
Godzilla's a giant reptile, but he's been around humans for like millions of years. Like he had an entire kingdom dedicated to him in Atlantis or whatever the fucking thing.
Yeah, but we haven't gotten to see any intelligence from him. Like, lizards are nowhere near as smart as primates. Like a silverback gorilla can recognize up to like 2,000, 3,000 words or something.
That's true.
Lizard can't do that.
Like Coco. I
Coco.
feel like
Robin Williams will cameo in the movie. King Kong will just look to the camera and just in sign language say sad.
yeah. Oh man. Like, is it funny that like this? They made this trailer for it to. Like, they made this trailer to make you hyped to go back to the cinema.
Yeah.
This is the only trailer I've seen in a long time that I've been like, this has actually got me like kind of pumped,
Yeah.
and it's for the dumbest thing.
Every trailer I see now, I'm like, I just want to be able to like sit at home on my own watching it. I don't care about going to the cinema, but this is kind of one of those big, like blockbuster films that'd just be really dumb fun to see. Let's have a look.
Just seeing if there's any like fun little bits we can pick out of this trailer, but
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think what's so dumb about this, I don't understand why all these kind of big monster movies or whatever have to include kids as the main characters.
it's just a relatability thing, isn't it? It's just a.
But, like, are kids really going to watch this movie? I feel like this is more for, like, sort of teens, young adults. I don't know.
Like I said to you yesterday, I think if they make her not talk and she's a proper like Aboriginal, she's grown up on Skull Island, so she respects him, and they make it that kind of. It's like a relationship that's on like a normal, like they're on their same wavelength.
Yeah.
Like no normal humans can like get in on it. Fine, but if she starts like, there's gonna be a scene with her eating like Pop-Tarts, and then this woman will be like, "Hey, she likes Pop-Tarts."
Yeah, it's like going
she'll
back
say-
to, like, the Meg. It'll be, like, the main kid character in that.
I really want us to do like a video or something like that, because I generally think that film alone has some of the worst acting I've ever seen in my fucking life. That little girl in that and the woman in that, atrocious.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Like,
But
I
Jason,
always, sometimes when I'm laying in bed at night, I think of the scene where she meets Jason Statham for the first time in the submarine,
yeah,
and it's just the worst. It's awful. I
yeah,
don't know.
it's pretty bad. I mean, I haven't seen it since we went and saw it in cinema. Why we did that, I don't know.
Don't tell people we did that.
But like I remember it being pretty bad.
We've got Colonel Blackman here.
Now, do you think
Very
this
good.
is a visually appealing movie?
So this is the weird thing though. Like, Skull Island had that weird kind of 70s styled like oranges and like hues to it, like greens and blues, and it was really visually striking. The first Godzilla wasn't. I think the cinematography was really nice, but it wasn't like
It wasn't stylish.
it wasn't. But then King of the Monsters had like really beautiful like landscape shots and scenery,
Yeah.
and I kind of think this loses a tiny bit of that.
See, I
Like
think
this
it's
just looks like.
I think it's kind of a cool blend of a lot of it. Like,
Mm,
I don't know. I personally think it just looks really interesting. Like,
yeah.
different scenes look completely different, but they still have that very almost painterly feel. Some of it.
It's like I did think. I remember, you know what? One of the original trailer to the first Godzilla. I actually think is one of the best trailers I think ever to exist.
The
'Cause it
original,
just-
like the 2014 one, whatever.
The 2014 one, the like American reboot. But it's like, because it just started with like the red clouds over the storm, and then the people like, what's it called? The dive that they do? I can't like. There's a certain word for it where you essentially halo jump, and they go through into the clouds, and you don't even see Godzilla in the trailer, and it's got that like orchestral like chanting, which this trailer does as well, just as they're about to hit him with the missiles, and it's so foreboding. But then the film just wasn't like quite up to that level. But the trailer was fucking brilliant.
See, I do think that film gets a bad rap. I think like it's a really interesting movie. It's not like as exciting as something like this, but
No,
they
I really hope. Sorry, go on.
no, I was just gonna say they could have retconned the entire Godzilla stuff and just put in Shin Godzilla. It'd be so much cooler.
You know what? There was a part of me that's like, imagine if Shin Godzilla is the enemy here. Like Shin Godzilla is the one that's like, I don't know. That's such a. I wish they did a sequel to that.
Yeah,
I want if this scene in the film doesn't have this song kick in, I'll be pissed. Because the fact that it's just like rap,
I do
because it
kind
is
of
like
love
you're
it.
watching like a boxing match, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of fucking awesome. Do you want- it would be cool if they had like some sort of character who's like watching this, and they're like, let's turn up some music. This is fucking dope.
Yeah,
Because like
they need to
they're
have something like that. That's quite
Yeah.
funny. Like pay per view.
yeah, like there's in these kind of movies, it's always these characters taking it way like super seriously. And it's like you kind of want one character to kind of be like the audience who's like, oh, this is fucking awesome. It's giant monsters fighting.
Yeah. And give it up to this shot. I mean, I love this shot right here.
It's cinematic as fuck.
It's incredible. And then with the music as well, it's oh, and he's like oh. I love it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Bad Boys. That's why. It's like generic action man jumping away from explosion.
But again, I think this shot is fucking dope. Like, of the atomic breath going like straight in the sky, and you see like kind of the
Yeah.
red on the other side.
That's the thing. Like, it's such a tale of two like cities in a way, because like King of the Monsters, whatever. Like it had some great action with the monsters, but everything like the story sucked, the characters are shit, and nothing makes sense. But the
Yeah.
sound design is so good. Like when his tail's like, when he's gearing up to like shoot atomic breath, or it's like I don't know, it's just so well done. And then like even the little things they add here, like the speckles of water as though it's actually on the screen, it's really cool. But again, then there's characters there's just humans.
See, this looks like fucking trash. This just looks like generic action movie, like when they cut to the guy in the chair scene.
Yeah, it almost looks like Fast and Furious, like a scene from a Fast and Furious film.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't have put this in here.
No.
Unless that's a red herring, unless that's not Godzilla, like a Mecha Godzilla at all. Maybe it's like a Mecha Ghidorah or something.
But also, these are the people who made Godzilla versus King Kong. Are they really that smart to do that kind of thing?
No. I actually, I haven't looked at what the actual director has ever done before.
Oh, fuck. I can't even think of his name. I should know this.
It's like Adam.
So I looked up just yesterday.
So okay. Shit. Adam Wingard.
Adam Wingard. What?
He's
Yeah, what's...
really weird. He's done like he did like the VHS and the ABCs of Death like short movies, the like anthology horror films.
Right.
Not amazing. There's some cool stuff in there, but he did You're Next, where it's like, have you seen that? Where like
yes,
the family are trying to like kill each other off for an inheritance.
It's a pretty cool movie. I mean, I like
The Guest.
I like The Guest is fucking awesome, actually.
Yeah.
I like that they're getting someone like this to do this kind of movie. Like,
this is the thing though. I'm going through this, and he did the Blair Witch remake in 2016, which it's not that great, but it's not terrible.
No.
But do you want to know his most recent film before Godzilla?
Go on, hit me.
The Netflix adaptation of Death Note.
That's the one I'm remembering.
Yeah.
But
that's not good.
Again, that was, was that a poorly written movie that was directed well, or a poorly written movie that was directed poorly?
True.
It's a very visually striking movie, I think.
Yeah.
Even if it is garbage.
Whoever's decision it was to cast Willem Dafoe as well.
Yeah.
Oh, good idea.
But like that again, those kind of visuals I think lend themselves to something like this quite well.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
Here's our comic relief characters, guys.
Yeah. See, these are the people who are going to ruin the movie for me. I can just tell.
Yeah. They're the ones that are going to be the heroes of the day as well.
Yeah.
There's going to be something where, if it is Mechagodzilla as the bad guy, they're going to have to do something to shut down his antenna or shut down something while Kong and Godzilla are fighting him. And it'll get to the point where Kong and Godzilla are about to die, and then Millie Bobby Brown unplugs a big plug from like a toaster or something, and then Mechagodzilla like powers down.
Yeah, it'd be like she's like has to crawl towards the big red button, and then like right as you think Mechagodzilla's about to win, it quickly cuts to her hand smacking it down.
Yep, that's it. Mechagodzilla will have like its jaws around like Kong's face, and then it will shut down, or it will start to like power down, and then Kong and Godzilla will like double team it. I'm far more interested in all these little backstory bits about Kong.
Yeah, like I want to know what's going on here. Like, what's this whole like prehistoric war and shit? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. And why is there like spaceships in it?
I don't know. Like, this looks fucking cool.
Yeah. See, that doesn't look like Godzilla. When you look at it closely, the colors are very like.
Could just be like the angle and like how the scene was rendered or something. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know.
I love the little punch-in zoom they do here.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like it is like it's filmed like a fucking UFC or WWE match or something. Like it's kind of cool.
Oh,
So like, do they have any like plans to like further out this like sort of monster verse that they're doing? Like,
so this is why they basically had nothing to lose because there isn't anything planned. But if this is successful, I'm guaranteed there'll be like a new Godzilla one, a new.
but then once you've done King Kong versus Godzilla, where else do you have to go? You can't just do another King Kong movie without Godzilla, and you can't just do a Godzilla movie without King Kong. You could have maybe like fucking Godzilla in space, or like I don't know.
I feel like the only thing they could do is like something to do with like King Ghidorah's like species coming to Earth as like not revenge, but they would probably do something stupid like that, where it's just like hundreds of these things coming down to Earth, and it's just wait, they could just do War of the Monsters movie.
More than monsters.
But then where do you go from there? Like that is the end of it.
They could do like Baby Godzilla, like from one of the old movies, like the tiny little Godzilla that has to fight like a tiny little Mecha
That sounds
Godzilla.
like the Netflix cartoon spin-off though.
Yeah.
Like there's like a Jurassic Park one called like Camp Cretaceous. Not that I've watched it.
I would hope not. I mean, there's lots of really interesting stuff they could do, but like keeping it within the MonsterVerse lore is kind of difficult.
You're right, because I definitely feel they'd have to do either Godzilla 3, Kong 2, but they're separate, and then you have the Avengers team up, which is War of the Monsters, and that's just like pure annihilation. That would be cool. It's just mayhem to watch, but
I mean, I think they could totally like bring in like totally new monsters. Like, I don't know, like they could get really creative with it.
Well, this is the thing. So they've got like Rodan and like there's like a giant woolly mammoth thing, and then, but yeah, bringing in some of the real classic ones. Like they'll probably bring Mothra back because it didn't seem like Mothra was killed in the last. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we're getting too nerdy now. It started off all like, haha, funny, monkey versus lizard, and now we're like the intricacies of the lore in the world.
There's so many of like the old ass like 60s Godzilla movies with like all these crazy different monsters and stuff. That they could like
one. There's one monster that was in I don't know which Godzilla film, but he's like basically a big Power Ranger. He's just a man, but he's big.
It's like fucking an Ultraman type thing.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what he's called. But I would love to see like them create some new monsters for this. Like get totally crazy with their kind of powers and stuff.
This is dumb as hell, but this is cool.
It's fucking awesome. But like, you know, we can talk about this and be like, this looks awesome, but then the bits we've seen of those two fights, the one in the city and the one on the carrier, those could be literally the only two fights in the movie, and they last like 5 minutes.
Yeah, which is exactly what the last film have done.
Exactly.
Like the first Godzilla, I think that's why people hate it, because Godzilla is in that movie for 12 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes of it is a pure fight, which is really cool, and then.
But like that's why I'm kind of hopeful that like coronavirus has actually done this a benefit where they've had to include more of that because they haven't been able to film stuff, and they realized that the reason people didn't like the last one as much was because of that.
Yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, you'd think that if anything you would cut out, it would be character scenes like humans.
Yeah. Like, you don't have to get rid of them totally, just like make them way more meaningful and, you know, relate more directly to what's going on.
It does make me laugh though, because I saw in like on Twitter comments for the trailer, and it was like someone put something like, "Oh, so Godzilla is doing like Godzilla's hurting people, and we don't know why." And then underneath it was like oxygen bomb. Like, am I a joke to you? Because in King of the Monsters, they kill Godzilla with an oxygen bomb for a little amount of time. So what? Like, okay, that's just like plot holes, but it doesn't matter really.
It's ridiculous. But
Well, I'd agree that Kong will get the upper hand. Kong would probably win, but I feel like just the radiation alone, I feel like Kong would end up having like warts or tumors later on.
yeah, he has a really slow, like Rocky Balboa in Creed death.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah. But it's just because I see Kong as like the people's champion in this. I don't know.
Is there going to be some kind of racial stuff, do you reckon, in this film? Because I could almost imagine if they hadn't have shown the clip of the Japanese son of from the character in the last one, Ken Watanabe's character. If it was a white guy, like a Colonel Mustard looking motherfucker, being like, "We have Mechagodzilla. He's gonna kill Kong."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, this white monstrosity that's been made is gonna take out the ape.
The native tribesman or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
I feel
have
like there
that.
would be something like that.
No, there's gonna be like
my Kong film.
there's gonna be like the general like slamming his like fist on the table in a bit where like Mechagodzilla has maybe like taken out regular Godzilla. And then he smacks his fist down. He's like, and now take out Kong as well. And they're like, no, why? He was helping us. They see him as a threat still.
Yeah.
And he makes Mechagodzilla attack it or whatever. Like, I could totally see a scene like that happening.
Well, that was horrible to imagine. I hope that doesn't happen. I just want a silly dumb film. I wanted to really quickly talk about a completely different film. A film that was gone from one of my most anticipated films to what have they done? I'm going to put a picture into our... Well, actually, you know what? Let's just have a little... Have you got the text chat open so we can just have a look at these glorious little memes coming up?
Yeah, these were some of my favourite...
I was going to literally send you the...
memes.
I'm literally a walking nuclear power plant.
What is your ability, monkey? It's like Godzilla fans. It's like this huge wall of text about all his abilities and then Kong defenders. I have some more. It's just like
it's true though. He is just.
He's just a big monkey, but that's fucking awesome.
It is. In more depressing things, right? So I put a film called Raya and the Last Dragon on my most anticipated. Right?
Yeah.
And they dumped a new trailer yesterday. Stop sending all these pictures. They
I've got so many.
No, what are they doing to him? Wait, what's this? Oh, crap. Fuck's sake. No more.
Please.
Right, so I just wanted to say that it was in my most anticipated because it looks really cool and kind of serious, like quite adult.
Yeah.
Like this, like I think I said, it seems like the next evolution to like the Moana kind of story.
Gave me Kubo vibes.
Yeah, exactly. Like a bit more darker. Then they released a trailer from yesterday, and the Last Dragon is in the trailer, and almost the entire plot of the film is in it. And the Last Dragon is just another wisecracking female, like Wow, am I here? Damn, it's crazy. I'm gonna put a picture of what this dragon looks like, right?
Yes.
And what are they doing? Why are they trying to hurt me?
Not every dragon needs to be Eddie Murphy. It's ridiculous. Like,
Look at it.
this is not the last dragon.
This is a furry. This is, I guarantee Disney have been like, we need to corner the goddamn furry market. The eyes, the lipstick, the fucking eyelashes. Then I typed in My Little Pony blue just to find one that looks just like it. And look what I found. Trixie the fucking pony.
Unbelievable. Stick this little fucking criminal in a cum jar.
Yeah. But look at it. How close is that?
That's really bad. I mean,
Like, my man, God.
oh, I didn't want to see that.
But now I'm just not excited for this film now.
Nah,
It still looks gorgeous, and there's still some cool like action scenes in it. But this is now the point. The dragon is going to have to own up to what she has to be. You know, you can already like predict the whole fucking thing. It just pissed me off.
It could have been like a fucking like animated like samurai movie, you know, with hunting down the last dragon, which is like this sort of amazing like actual beast, or you know like a wise old dragon. But no, it has to be like this. It has to be this.
Yeah. Because this will excite the kids. This is like funny and goofy. I just want to see what's playing her because I recognise the voice.
It'll be one of those like I don't know, someone with a really dumb voice.
I actually don't know because I don't know what the dragon's called. So, but yeah, I just wanted to get that out of my system.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I know you were looking forward to that movie.
Okay. I'll just have to look forward to Space Jam 2.
Yeah, won't we all?
What else? I mean, we literally. This was just like a King Kong, Godzilla breakdown.
Yeah, I think that's all we really wanted to talk about. I mean, we talked about it for about 40 minutes. So
recently our podcasts have just been more about like standing people. Like I stand Brendan Fraser the other week. We did Kanye.
Yeah.
Now it's Godzilla and King Kong. I do want to say though, if anyone's still using the Bernie meme, the Bernie and his mittens meme, don't, because it's not funny and it died that day.
Yeah, it's the classic case of overdoing a meme, which happens very frequently nowadays.
Yeah, too often, honestly. I can't stand it. But
yeah.
Oh well.
What are you gonna do?
There was. I was going to bring something up right at the start. I just wanted to know if you. I had this dream last night, and like, usually I have these wacko dreams, like crazy ass, like spaceships coming down. I'm an alien. We're all aliens, and shit like this. Or like, I always dream about being submerged under like a 15,000 ton like nuclear submarine that's sinking on top of me. But like. I had this dream where I had the power to time travel.
Okay.
What did you think I did with this power? This amazing power. I could have done anything.
You went back and gave a chimp a machine gun.
I wish I'd done that.
I don't know.
No.
What did you do?
So a little bit of backstory. When I was I don't know, it's been like -4 years old when The Phantom Menace came out.
Great movie.
Great movie. Underrated, if anything. But I went to see it on like opening day with Dad. Got the poster, got a little toy, got some McDonald's afterwards that had toys in them.
That sounds really nice.
It was a really nice date, and but I had the poster right, and I remember in the film, I guess I didn't really clock on to certain things, but then Dad was explaining to me afterwards, like that little boy, that's Anakin, that is Darth Vader, and I was like, oh, because. You forget that he's called Anakin when you're like 6 years old.
Yeah.
You just think Darth Vader. Now, we had show and tell at school every Friday. I brought in the poster, and I was telling the class that I had seen The Phantom Menace. None of them had.
Wait. Did this
What?
happen in the dream, or is this a real thing?
No. This is the real backstory.
Okay.
So I was in show and tell, brought the poster, and I was like explaining the film, and then this kid was like, he was like, "Wait, the little boy becomes Darth Vader?" "No, he doesn't." And I was like, "Yes, he does. My dad said." And he was like, "No, he doesn't." And I was like, "Yeah, Anakin is Darth Vader." And he's like, "Well, why are you spoiling it?" I was like, "I'm sorry." I remember like the teacher having a go at him, being like, "Look, it's Ryan's show and tell. Let him speak about what he wants." This kid wouldn't fucking believe me. And then afterwards in playground, he was like, "You're a liar."
Yeah.
Like, the little boy doesn't become. I know he doesn't. My dad works at Star Wars. It's like, but basically, the whole point of this conversation is, in my dream, I had the power to time travel. I went back and beat the shit out of that kid.
Nice.
I haven't thought about that moment. I haven't thought about that show and tell at all. It must have been a subconscious thing. But I was still there in the room giving my speech, and I just walked up behind him and was like, slapped him.
Interesting.
But yeah.
So you like smack him over the back of the head and like, yeah. So I've been hearing that you don't think Anakin becomes Darth Vader, huh? You're like kicking like dirt in his face while he's on the floor. Like, is that right?
I him out and shoved crayons up his nose.
Damn.
But yeah, I don't know. That just got to me for some reason. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about?
No, it's weird you bring up Star Wars just because I've been on kind of a Star Wars kick at the moment. Like,
Clone Wars.
We have been watching Clone Wars again. Forget how good that show is. Which, by the way, anyone who is like, if you like Star Wars and you haven't seen the Clone Wars, that's like the absolute best Star Wars piece of media I think you can watch. Especially if you like, say, Revenge of the Sith, because Revenge of the Sith almost doesn't make sense without the Clone Wars. Because you get to see over like 7 seasons, like specific like events that happen that like make it way more believable that Anakin would take this kind of dark turn. Because you see how he is a good person with like totally good intentions, but he's willing to do like almost anything to get them. You know, like he'll gladly like kill someone if it's in order to protect, you know, someone he cares about.
Yeah.
Like moments with him like disagreeing with the Jedi Order. It's really cool. And like,
it is.
Like, that's clearly what George Lucas had in his head at the time. But then Revenge of the Sith came out and he's like, oh, I didn't really show any of that. So he's like, let's do this show where you can actually see that.
Well, the funny thing is people who don't like Revenge of the Sith, a lot of the complaints I always see is the whole like, when Anakin and Obi-Wan haven't seen each other for a while, and Obi-Wan's like, hey, remember the time I saved you from that thing? And he's like, I do remember that. And it's like, we didn't get to see any of that. But you watch the Clone Wars and you understand all the stuff that's happened between them, like things, adventures they've been on and things they've been entwined with. But
like, if you love Obi-Wan, the Clone Wars is amazing because it like goes so into his character and like who he is.
And if you like, you know, it's like Darth Maul as well. Like, again, one of the best characters.
Yeah, definitely. But so Clone Wars is really cool. I don't really have much else to say. Been a little Pokemon kick as well. You know,
what have you been playing?
Pokemon. Every time I go out, I quickly open Pokemon Go, maybe get a few Pokestops. Been whipped out the 3DS and started replaying Heart Gold.
Oh, I love Heart Gold.
It's so good. Like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver are so good. Also, though, some of the most difficult Pokemon games.
Yeah.
Like
back when they weren't made for babies.
Yeah, like Gen 4 and Heart Gold and Soul Silver are like the most difficult Pokemon games in my opinion.
Yeah. They were the ones that like I remember buying like the full-on like guides for.
Yeah.
Like that was such a cool thing to do back then.
Yeah, like
I wish I still had an excuse to do that.
Yeah, they're not really a thing anymore because you can obviously just look stuff up online.
Yeah.
Because yeah, you have it is cool like getting to like learn where all the TMs are from like a physical guide. I hate now like when I'm playing a game and I'm like I want to get all the collectibles and I have to go through some shitty like web page on like IGN or like gameinfo.com or some shit.
It used to be like back in the day. It used to be like Game Facts and stuff. Or there was a
Yeah.
site called Super Cheat, which used to have like actual cheat codes and then like just little guides for stuff. And I'd never seen anything like it. I
great.
bought the guide for like Red and Blue, only because someone told me about like Missing No, and told me that you could get Mew under the truck by the
Yeah,
cruise
sweet.
ship. Obviously, that wasn't true, so I wasted money on a guide. That was
Well,
my pocket money as well.
You could do it. It's just not in the guide because it's a
Yeah.
glitch. It's not actually a.
Yeah, Missing No is really cool actually when you're able to do that and get it. 'Cause it's like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still just really looking forward to eventually when they properly announce the Diamond and Pearl remakes. I'm also willing to get my heart broken because it might just be Let's Go Diamond and Pearl, which would make
Even
me
worse
really
than that,
sad.
it will be like Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Pinball.
Yeah. Oh my god. That'd be amazing, actually. A pinball Pokemon game. I'm sure that exists, though.
Oh, millions of them. I remember there was a game there was a video game for the Game Boy, and it was just called Pokemon the Trading Card Game.
Yeah.
And it was like all the same sprites as Pokemon, a normal Pokemon game. You walk around, you explore the entire thing, but you just battle people with the cards. You collect the cards. You need to look it up. It's such an odd game, and I got that because I guess whoever bought it for me when I was younger must have thought it was a proper Pokemon game.
Yeah.
And I've never been so genuinely baffled at a game in my life.
That's bizarre.
I really want to play it again, but I can't find like any,
Yeah. Yeah,
things of it.
it's weird when they turn stuff like that into games. Like, I remember having like on my DS like a Yu-Gi-Oh game that was like kind of cool. It was kind of cool, but also I'm like, it was kind of fucking dumb because like you could only play it. You couldn't build your own decks. It was just like pre-made ones, and like it's all just like battles from the show, so you know exactly like what's going on.
Like, there's like. Isn't there a Yu-Gi-Oh game that's still going on like right now? Like loads of people still play it on Twitch and shit.
I think so.
Shadow something.
But I'm not sure if that's like a fully like fledged out thing again with like where you can actually build your own decks and stuff. It's just like you use like preset ones or I don't know if they did do like a proper Yu-Gi-Oh like multiplayer game. Like where you can get like different packs and stuff, or like you can like buy specific cards or whatever. Like that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that would be actually. I almost wish there was a I really wish there was a trading card game where you have like blank pieces of paper and you can draw anything you want on it and you can add the stats. You make your own things. And then you scan it on like an AR camera or something or just on your phone and it inputs it in the game as like an actual thing.
It'd be cool if you could have like a really crudely drawn like little dragon dude.
Yeah.
And it just like appears in the game.
I feel like there's games that have done that, like drawn. What's that? There was a game that was like drawn something.
Like drawn to life, like that kind of thing.
Where you can literally, it's on DS, I guess. You just drew your character and it like animated and came to life, and you played as like, that character. That'd be pretty sick, but
yeah.
Actually, one last thing. I was thinking when we were talking about Godzilla and stuff. I was thinking of like what game franchises would I like to mix together. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. We'll save that for another episode. I want to pitch to you. I want you to mix a franchise that's like film or TV with a game style. So not an actual game, but like a game style, like Animal Crossing, like a third-person shooter.
Okay.
And then we'll have like 2 or 3, and then we can like discuss them.
I like that. That's a fun game.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well,
should we end this here because it's good
I think
good
so.
time. All right.
It's a very dapper episode.
It's a very dapper episode. When isn't it though?
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Right. Thanks to all our fans for listening. Hopefully, I've
Remember-
swayed you to Team Kong.
Godzilla.
Well, maybe
Millie Bobby Brown for the win.
Yeah, I'm Team Millie Bobby Brown.
But yeah, comment, like, ring the ding dong.
Yeah, ring a ding ding ding. Cool.
Right,
Make sure to
bye.
go watch our Yay tier list as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's overly long, and
Long.
again, it's just two white guys discussing.
Two white guys discussing black music.
Yeah.